to Valderus Refinery. Blue team. First up is Riku plays an Apothecary support commander that fights in melee combat by default, begins with a targeted heal and a passive health regeneration aura. Alongside him is a Chaos Lord. This is Nurland, durable and destructive commander, walks through cover and cannot be suppressed. Very good offense, disruption, and is generally very mean, fights in melee combat. Red team, you have a big snobby Hive Tyrant. This is Floid, walks through cover and cannot be suppressed, very durable, good offense, disruption and support from the front lines, and begins with a basic synapse. Rounding out the teams is Illethor's very angry Warboss, melee commander that walks through cover, very good offense, disruption and support. Not quite as tough as the Hive Tyrant and the Chaos Lord out the gate, but he can become, I guess, the toughest commander in the game late game if you get him his heavy armor. We'll see what happens. Quite an interesting matchup here. Riku can support Nurland early on, perhaps keep his heretics alive with his heal. A very aggressive team with Tyranids and Orks on red, and it'll be interesting to see how blue team react to that, because we have a traditionally very defensive commander in the Apothecary and quite an aggressive one in the Chaos Lord. Chaos in general, quite a damage front loaded aggressive faction. Can't really be that aggressive with Space Marines until you get Assault Marines on the field, or perhaps double shotgun scouts or something. But we have been seeing this aggressive Apothecary meta brought into the game by Noisy Elmo, who's been playing the Power Axe, Armored Apothecarian and Purification Vials build quite often. Purification Vials are on track to get a slight nerf in the next updates, or an update coming soon anyway. Their cooldown being increased, and I think their throw radius being decreased as well. Riku, traditionally a big fan of the Armor of Purity, Bolter and improved medical equipment heal bot build. So let's see what he goes for here. Chaos Lord is pushing up, quite an aggressive start from blue team, carried I think by this Chaos Lord with double heretics there to get some corn worship going. But here comes Spawn Mines. Floyd usually starts with these things, and they are a death trap for heretics. Incredibly difficult as a plague champion to deal with these things, because you do very little damage in melee combat and your heretics get obliterated. Chaos Lord fares a lot better, of course. He can just wade into the Spawn Mines and smack them with his demon sword. But with Tactical Marines caught here by sluggers, a Warboss also in retreat path, smack, but there's a perfectly timed heal from Riku, and these guys get away without him. What a loss. Devastator's on the field, which tells us that Riku is perhaps not looking to be that aggressive early on. Devastators give you a very solid base in general, as Space Marines with a heavy bolt will suppress infantry within this firing arc. Cannot suppress that Hive Tyrant, of course. They can suppress this Warboss, who can get his durability early on from massive amounts of health regeneration, which will be nerfed soon. The Angry Bits health regen will be set to exclusive, so it will no longer stack with the spiky armor. 478, 500. Still a nice combo though. We might see spiky armor here, in fact, because of all these heretics. We have double heretics from Nurland, one with an aspiring champion, so he's going to be looking to use these guys in melee combat, and spiky armor is pretty damn dangerous versus heretics and banshees and enemy sluggers and stuff. Sluggers being chased down here by those heretics. Shooters with a big shooter. We have grenade launcher heretics on the other squad for Nurland. He's backing up all of that with Noise Marines. The good thing about the Chaos Lord, he does free you up, and that you have a lot of build options with the Chaos Lord that you perhaps wouldn't with other commanders. If you're looking at the Sorcerer with his Rift play, you usually need to build yourself to be able to take advantage of your Rifts with double melee heretics or something like that to get those kills. Just displacing a squad usually isn't worth it, though you can force them off. The Chaos Lord does well with double CSM and pretty much everything. Don't really need Raptors with him either, since he can tie things up and get into combat reasonably quickly with Corn Worship, and he can run down setup teams with his Dark Halo as well. Gives you a lot of options, this guy. We might see the Combi Flamer against Orks and Tyranids. Doesn't scale all that well, but it's such a strong tier 1 weapon. And this is the Sanguine Chainsword for the Apothecary. gives him health back with each swing, and indeed each bolt pistol shot that hits as well. Floyd coming to the east side with this mound of Tyranids. He's gone for some warriors. Part of the strength of Tyranids, I think, is how soon you can get warriors on the field in Elite mod. Just 25 power for these guys for a pretty handy heavy melee squad. The power melee that can leap into combat and give you synapse was one of the big changes from retail. These guys going down in 5 power alters their timing quite a lot. Floyd with adrenal gland hormogaunts, but they're forced off by the doom blast of the heretics, or are they? Ouch, taking a big chunk of damage from the grenade launchers, and then the noise marines weighing in with that awesome sonic blast that they have. This thing is quite outrageous in its damage. Unfortunately for Chaos, they don't really have a direct way to buff damage apart from that bloodlust perhaps that the Chaos Lord has. If they did, noise marines might be seen as overpowered. They are incredibly killy, and more often than not I'd get noise marines to outright kill stuff more than disable ranged weapons. It's just an amazing bonus that their weapon has. But it just kills so much stuff. They can really catch people by surprise, especially if you get double noise marines out, which can work fantastically well in team games. Illethor with a pain boy. 4-2-1, 4-5-1, that guy capping mid. There's a grenade from the scouts, but it's easily dodged. Quite Illethor does keep him pegged back though. Devastators are going to need to run the hell away. Here comes a bunch of Tyranids, double Termagants, and Warriors. Warriors are a detector unit for the Tyranids. You see that eye decorator above their power melee icon there. So they will spot, for example, infiltrated scouts. These guys have shotguns and a sergeant, so that's quite a lot of investment into those guys early on. 4-1-3, 4-5-1. Warboss with his bang bang armor and spiky armor. Very popular build with the outrageous strength of spiky and angry bits. No sign of the angry bits though. Bang bang hammer still an awesome weapon. 75 DPS melee damage with that awesome area of effect on hit buff, and he gets healed by the pain boy here, and that heal will also not stack. That's also an exclusive health regeneration modifier, so that won't stack with his spiky armor. I'm not sure if you knew that. 395, 451, pain boy is going to get out of there. Look at the damage that sonic blaster pours on. No sign of the combi flamer. Nurland's got a chaos dreadnought on the way. Riku going for a librarian. Don't see librarian play from Riku all that often. I know he's not a big fan of this guy, but I've seen librarian played a few times recently, and people don't expect him to come out throwing his smite around, and that smite is still incredibly dangerous. It was toned down slightly from retail, but still incredibly painful. And Stone Guard veterans hit the field, most likely going to be using their Hellfire rounds most of the time. There we go. Gives them damage over time versus light infantry and commanders, which is Floyd's entire army pretty much, apart from his warrior brood and a Tyrant guard on the way. 371, 451. There is melee synapse now up on the warrior brood, gives them heavy melee damage and huge buffs for non-synapse melee units such as these Hormogaunts. Hormogaunts and Termagants seeing a whole bunch of changes in a upcoming update. You can read all about Keltos's latest notes on the forum, link in the description, dawnofwar.info. Go and check it out. Hellfire rounds are up. You still have those scouts, and the Apothecary doesn't have anything else. I'd like to see a bit more combat stims play from the Apothecaries. I think there's some nice plays with it that we don't see. A combat stimmed smite is pretty nasty. A combat stimmed purification vials, if that works, would be incredibly nasty. Combat stims on plasma cannons, that kind of stuff, or just on your Stern Guard and tactical marines to help them take things out. It does make your Apothecary a lot more energy intensive using the combat stims, and also doesn't help him keep stuff alive directly. Plasma cannon getting shots on the Tyrant Guard. Apothecary knocked over multiple times and will go down here. Tyrant Guard does very, very good damage in melee combat. This is a big engagement here. Here come Orks. Librarian, does he get away? Just about gets away. That was pretty lucky. Here comes the Chaos Dreadnought. This guy doesn't really want to... That was a nice grenade from Riku. Doesn't really want to fight this Tyrant Guard with warrior support, though. These warriors are pretty damn low here. Tyrant Guard's gone straight after. As you can see, he's pretty quick under synapse, but very slow without it, as you see there. Wow. This guy has super heavy infantry armor, the same armor I should say, that Terminators wear, taking huge amounts of damage from these Marco Zinch Chaos Space Marines there. Fully upgraded guys are just insanely powerful against all infantry targets from range. Noise Marines getting a big hit in for the Blastmaster, but here comes Sluggers, supported by a Painway using their Swampum. Chaos Lord does get away, Warboss goes down 360, 407. Chaos Lord with the Blood Maul and Armour of the Inferno. Very strong loadout in the current field, I think. Can knock these Sluggers flying and can throw the Let Galaxy Burn out on those double shooters, especially if those Tyranids are around. Try and hit 4 squads with it if you get double termagants as well. He's CSM in huge amounts of trouble. Sluggers don't mess around when they have their Knob Leader, and he can wipe the squad. He does wipe the squad. Wow. Sluggers with Ard Boys up, as you see that blue circle below their feet. That was a huge loss from Nurland. Those are fully upgraded Marco Zinch CSM, and that is not cheap. That's 400 wreck for the squad, 75-15 I think for the Aspiring Champion, 65-15 for Eternal War, and 125-30 for Marco Zinch, so that does add up. Not sure if those guys were leveled though. Librarian has the Tome of Time, he can use that to support these Devastators especially, meaning that they don't need to set up anymore when it's active and have that speed boost. So who's down? Apothecary is down, and the Hive Tyrant's down. Looks like the Warboss has been repurchased. You can try and go to revive the Hive Tyrant. He now does have Angry Bits, generally seen as overpowered, but this is a beta, so there are no rules in place generally in the games to stop you using it. 335-407. Brood Nest is up. Is he going to go down instantly from the Plasma Cannon? No, Plasma Cannon hits the Tank Busters instead. And blue team putting both of their artillery squads on the same side, which could be a huge mistake. Zoanthrope is on the field for Floid, artillery piece. Also gives you that health regen Synapse aura, which works great with the Tyrant Guard, who is still alive. There he is, 320-407. Warboss getting incredibly angry at these artillery units, wants them off the field, takes down a Nice Marine model, has Ard Boys on himself. Devastators set up very cheekily there on that raised platform, just covering the paths of the setup teams, and the Plasma Cannon sets up again. Marcus Zinch, Chaos Dreadnought. Apothecary forced off, he's got the Purification rights now, 320-399. I wonder if combat stims buffs the damage of Purification rights. If he puts combat stims on himself and then heals something, does he get 25% more damage on his Purification rights? I wonder. Marcus, whoa! Frenzied Barrage did tons of damage to these shooters, almost wiped them out. I think that was Heretics also firing there. Here comes Floid flanking in. Whoa, big Plasma Cannon shot, taking out a Synapse creature, causing the others to fall over and take some damage. Tyrant Guard taking a very strange path, but he was forcing off the Devastators, I think. Plasma Cannon does get away okay. Bloodletters on the field for Nurland. Were they blood sacrifice Bloodletters? They were, you can tell, because their energy is draining down here. Once it's down to 0, they will go back to the warp. They are just summoned from a global ability. 304-385. That Brood Nest did go down, so now no health regen and reinforce support for the red team there. Such an awesome global. No power harass though either from the red team. Tier 3 for Illethor. Riku has a Land Raider Redeemer on the way. How do you manage that? No power harass. Nurland also tier 3 with ungodly amounts of requisition. Chaos Predator perhaps on the way. 259-385. Here's another Brood Nest reinforcing these Termagants. These are not Endless Swarm Termagants. Zoanthrope is there, getting shots on those Stern Guard veterans, which get a heal. And now they use And They Shall Know No Fear. Tyrant Guard going straight after the Librarian, forcing him off there. That smite didn't seem to do a whole lot, but that Brood Nest is right there. 235-385. Hive Tyrant getting very angry with the Rending Talons extended carapace, awesome build to use. knocking down the Hive Tyrant with the plasma cannon there, which will knock down big beasties like the Hive Tyrant and the Chaos Lord. What's going on mid? Warboss chasing off some heretics. And some kind of, Chaos Lord going after the natural victory point of the red team, but gets taken down. 219, 385. Khorne worship on these Noise Marines, boosting their speed. The best worship, I think. Even affects your vehicles. Look at this Chaos Dreadnought. 213, 385. Tyrant Guard now back into Synapse range, has his speed nicely boosted. Can also boost his speed with the Capillary Towers. And a Chaos Predator is on the field, no upgrades yet. 201, 385, you can upgrade your Predator with Chaos Marks. Mark of Khorne I think would be the best choice here, already has hard anti-vehicle with the Chaos Dreadnought, but he might want another one if he sees a bunch of Carnifexes from Floid. 181, 385, the Land Raider Redeemer on the field recently reduced in cost alongside the Phobos, but they now have incredibly long build times, 90 seconds to get those things on the field, which is a hell of a long time in Dawn of War 2. Field can change dramatically in that time. Scouts, short range, getting close with their shotguns, doing extra damage, and down goes the Brood Nest. Land Raider coming forward, basically a mobile base for Space Marines, gives you that health regen, allows you to retreat to it, to reinforce around it, and have some pretty terrifying short range weaponry. I think it's the best Land Raider, mainly because it has the awesome frag assault. If you might see here, Tyranids getting close. 132, 385, there is the frag assault. Fires grenades out of the front of the Land Raider, doing huge damage and knockback to nearby infantry, but now taking insane damage. Also has quite a lot of health, 2,500. 132, 385 has the best support capabilities of all the Land Raiders and some pretty awesome close range weaponry there. Chaos Lord's back on his feet, he is capping mid. Not sure how he got back up, might have been a Larimer's Blessing. Devastator's forced off. Chaos Predator has the Mark of Khorne, basically a damage buff for its weapons, especially the side sponson heavy bolters, which get a 75% damage buff with Mark of Khorne. The autocannon on top gets 25% more damage. What's going on here? Termagant's trying to cap, they're going to die. That twin-linked assault cannon is nasty. Plasma cannon gets shots and down they go. 132, 369, Floyd not paying attention to his little termagants. Can Blue Team hold on here? Have over 200 VPs to make up, but they're in a good place. Have a Land Raider Redeemer, have a level 2 Apothecary, he'd like to be level 3 by now I'm sure. Level 4 Chaos Lord with Demonic Massage. Some good anti-vehicle options in the form of the Dreadnoughts and the Predator. These Devastators could also get a las cannon if needed. So they're looking pretty good here. Floyd lost a lot of stuff, just has warriors, Tyrant Guard and a Zone Throat, but he's got a Carnifex on the way. Thornback I would think to charge into these lines, but he might go for a Venom Cannon with 3 vehicles on the field. This thing needs repairs, there we go. Heretics repairing the Land Raider Redeemer. And here comes Scouts to help out. 132, 340. Here is the Carnifex. Look how much resources Floyd has, maybe get a Swarm Lord as well when he gets to Wreck. Needs 800 requisition for a Swarm Lord, and he's getting Thornback. Makes the Carnifex into an even more dangerous melee combatant I should say, giving it more health. 1875 it gets with Thornback, and it could spawn Rippers, which are annoying. These guys will want to change to their Vengeance rounds to fight a Carnifex. 132, 321. No, he cancels the Thornback, goes for a Venom Cannon. That is anti-vehicle from range or anti-large target, but it does have a splash damage on it, so it can hurt the infantry quite nicely if you're lucky. Not the most accurate weapon versus infantry though. Warboss having his damage debuffed by that Demonic Massage. There's that a Galaxy Burn on a bunch of Orks. Warboss in retreat has the Power Claw, but he's only level 2. So he can't wade into combat as much as he perhaps would like, though he does have that Angry Bits spiky armor combo. Is Floyd going to decap here? No, he knows his plasma cannon is here, that's why. Gonna take some shots here, I think, with the zone throat first. Maybe. Orks taking down the Chaos Lord again, pushing up this east side. 132, 287. Another Carnifex from Floid. Our blue team's sitting back a bit too much here. Should they be coming up this eastern side and bashing some power? Because Floid, well, it's probably not worth bashing power now. The amount of power that red team have. Here's a great unclean one though from Nurland. Super unit for Chaos, passively damages anything that's close by and has some pretty nasty abilities. A big tank as well, 6,125 hit points, and this thing is a demon, so can be worshipped and gain great benefits from it, especially Corn Worship. Gets all the demon benefits and then that plus speed from Corn Worship. I think it's +2 speed, isn't it, for Corn Worship? Pretty tasty. Blue team still looking pretty damn good, even with these two Carnifexes. This thing doesn't have an upgrade yet. Venom Cannon taking shots from this Carnifex. Tyrant Guard still around, almost level 2, it's done really well. Great and Clean one now going after the Warboss, who doesn't want to fight him solo, puts Hard Boys up though to tank it a little bit. Pointless, I think, that's a waste of bread. 125, 256. Plasma Cannon will knock back the Hive time, but misses. 121, 256. Yeah, missed again. Just going to get charged down now. I might lose that squad if Riku's not paying attention over here, but I think he is. Las Cannon gets a direct hit on the Hive Tyrant there, who is forced off. 102, 256 now has the bonded exoskeleton. Did he have that anyway? I'm not sure. I thought he had the extended carapace. Chaos Lord again almost going down, but does get away. Nicely saved by a grenade launcher heretics. These guys might want to get themselves some grenade launchers now. Nob squad is on the field from Illethor though. These guys getting buffed in the next update. Their frenzy will now last a little bit longer. It was only lasting 7 seconds, which was pretty damn short for a squad this expensive. They're going after the Great Unclean one here. Frenzy is used. We'll see how much it helps them. There is Cloud of Flies. It's all kicking off. Try and get a camera view of everything here. Do we have double Venom Cannon Carnifexes? We do. Can't believe not one of them's a Thornback. If you had a Thornback, you could come and tie up this Dreadnought, which is doing a lot of work. Level 3. Nob squad going after the heretics. Double tank busters here from Illethor. And Great Unclean one got pretty low there. Should go back to base and get some worship, I think. Otherwise he's going to have to spend ages healing up in the field. And it looks like he is going back to base. Nob squad are forced off. Tank busters shooting at the Librarian but missing him. And there is Quickening on himself. Or has he put Tome of Time on himself? No, he hasn't. Veil of Time, I should say. 92, 256. 1-to-1 cap. Warboss trying to cap mid but is scared off. Zone Throat almost level 2, done well. Could do with another Brood Nest, I think. Maybe in this higher up central location so it can support both sides. Does have, oh, he's put one here. 92, 256. Floyd losing one of his Carnifexes, the other one does get away. Really needed that Thornback, I think, to charge in, soak up a lot of damage and tie things up. Good time for red team to push now that the Great Unclean one's off the field healing up, and he has no worship here, so that big guy's going to take ages to heal. Terminator's on the field for Riku. These guys getting buffed in the next update. It looks like they're now going to cost less resources to reinforce. 92, 246. 1-to-1 cap. Some Corn Worship for the Chaos Lord perhaps? No. Grenade Barrage. That thing will knock down allied units but doesn't knock down the Chaos Lord. Of course he's too fat. He's chasing down these sluggers. Hard Boys up on them. Not sure what he's trying to achieve here. Is it really worth using Hard Boys to try and wipe some heretics? Thought he'd be saving all of his red for his Nob squad. 92, 246. And perhaps a Rocks or something. Cost 75 red to use Frenzy. Does have 78 now. 92, 242. 2-ton cap for blue team. They are holding on here. What's going on with Riku and Floid? Not a whole lot. Double tank busters forced off by the Apothecary with Veil of Time on him from the Librarian. He's now level 4, so has his nice level 3 heal. His heal gets more powerful every 2 levels. He's going to try and decap here. Nob squad in retreat. Holding the line reasonably well, this Nob squad, but doesn't really have what he needs to back it up. Double tank busters are just chasing endlessly. 92, 216. Doom of Malantai on the field for Floid. This thing also getting toned down in the next update. Its shield is going to be removed completely, and it's going to have a minimum casting range on Paroxysm. 92, 200. Warrior Brood leveling up to 2. That will make their synapse more potent, though he doesn't have any Formagaunts or Gene Stealers to benefit from it. Tyrant Guard's going to tie up these Plasma Cannon Devastators, doing huge amounts of damage, as you can see there. Terminators are a large target, so this Venom Cannon will have full accuracy against them. Everything now retreating back to the Land Raider. There's Paroxysm. Huge amounts of damage to the Gret and Clean one because it does percentage based damage. Doesn't do barely anything to vehicles, but heavy and super heavy infantry, and the Gret and Clean one is super heavy infantry, remember, takes huge amounts of damage. 92, 168. Tank Buster Barrage. Didn't quite hit the Chaos Predator I assume he was aiming for there. Noise Marines are caught by Sluggers though, and they're going to whack. These Sluggers have been tremendous. Level 3, but are probably going to lead to the runaway here. Down goes the Chaos Predator. Well played by Illethor. 88, 168. Red team now have a 2-1 again. Devastator Las Cannon turns to face the Tyrant God. I think the Apothecary went down and revived himself with Laramans, did he? Because if you do that in the middle of a sync kill animation or some other kind of death animation, you can sometimes have him revive on the spot, which is the old behaviour for Laraman's Blessing. Oh, kicking off mid though. Knobs get frenzy up, but they get foul snared in the face. Gret and King one smacking them around, but they don't give a crap. What are they trying to target here? Are they going after that Plasma Cannon, suppressed nicely by the Marquezine, Frenzied Barrage and Shotgun Scouts? 79, 160, Nob Squad forced off. Chaos Lord runs away. Does he get away though? Just about. Warboss level 4 now has the heavy armor up close to 1900 hit points at level 4. There's Ardboys on himself. Going after Scouts, and there's Paroxysm on the Gret and King one, taking massive amounts of damage as well from the Tank Busters. Ouch! There's an Abyss though, and that is a very, very nice Abyss from Nurland. Ouch! Almost wiping all of the Orks. Doom and Malantai caught on it. Does get away. Tank. Another tank, another Chaos Predator unupgraded, getting shots on his warriors. Floyd is not noticed. There we go. There's the retreat. 79, 144. Swarm Lord on the field for Floyd. Very, very strong Tyranid economy. Got 2 Carnifexes out, a Doom of Malantai and a Swarm Lord in this game, despite losing a whole lot of stuff. Maybe that helped him, gave him less upkeep. Chaos Lord did go down incidentally, but will be revived, and that will take the Apothecary to level 5, giving him an even stronger single target heal to use, and he uses it there on the Chaos Lord. 79, 144. Another Mark of Khorne Predator. What's this? Here comes Sluggers, this flanking maneuver that they've done over and over again, but there's no target for it here. I'm not sure why they're doing this. He doesn't obviously know what is here. Maybe he was looking to catch a setup team off guard, but Nurland doesn't have his Noise Marines anymore. 79, 137. Nob Squad back out on the field for another go. Now fully upgraded with their huge hammers. Buffs themselves with each hit. Get that alongside a Bang Bang Hammer Warboss, and it's quite scary, but it's gone for the Power Claw straight up. Damage weapon, 95 DPS heavy melee. Librarian with a 4-star. Gives him some more power melee DPS and a pretty strong ranged attack as well. It gives him using smite on these warriors, but these are level 2 warriors and they're tanking damage quite well there from the librarian. 79-116. Let the Galaxy Burn just went off, it looks like. Warboss flanking around. Nice use of space on this side by Illethor. Doom Malantai. Well, not sure why it's getting that close. He got close to use the Paroxysm, which does huge amounts of damage on Terminators as well. Look at the damage, the health flying down there, and they have to teleport out. Swarmlord going after the Land Raider Redeemer. You cannot get rear armor hits on the Land Raider, but the Swarmlord does a good amount of heavy melee damage, and Nob Squad wiping out Plasma Cannon Devastators. Riku too busy with his Swarmlord to notice there is Angels of Death. This Land Raider is surely going to go down. There's a Toronto formation. Venom Cannon Carnifex is also chasing it down. Swarmlord using its Leech Essence, draining health from nearby enemies. This thing also gives you a speed and reinforcement synapse, which will affect the Carnifex, that speed synapse. 49-116, double cap for red team. They've come back into this game. Constant pressure in the middle from Illethor. Floid coming back into the game on the west side, getting another Carnifex up. These brave heretics, I think, are finally going to go down. There we go, 35-116. Chaos Predator getting chased. Nob Squad headbutting the tank, that's right, that's how they roll. And they're going to take it down, one more hit, there we go. Wow, really good push by red team. This Great and Clean one is still charging around though. As a super unit, it cannot level up. Tank Busters with a barrage here. Riku comes mid to cap. What is this? The Swarmlord it is. That Land Raider Redeemer did go down incidentally. 21-116. Heretics on hand to repair this Dreadnought, which is level 4. Maximum level for a non-commander unit. 21-116. It's close now. Chaos Terminators on the field for Nurland. Look how much resources he has. Should he get a Phobos up? He actually can't get a Phobos up because he has a Great Unclean one. He can't have both of them injured. Swarmlord backing away. That could be a huge moment because the Swarmlord's going to be off the field for a while, healing up. Rest of Floyd stuff forced off, and there's a double cap for blue team. Are you going to get a triple here? Sternguard veterans capping 50% faster than normal. Shooter boys level 3. Taking huge amounts of damage from those Hellfire rounds. These are level 4 Sternguard veterans. Wow. Hive Tyrant decapping. Has the bonded exoskeleton to help him tank. Here comes a bunch of stuff to have a word with him. Foul Snare on the Sluggers. Ooh, that was weird. Some domino knockbacks there. Still going on. What's going on? That was bizarre. Chaos Terminators getting shots in, or rather hits in with their lightning claws, demoralizing those orcs. 21-49. Carnifex getting a venom cannon for Floyd. Liking these venom cannons at the moment. I think a Thornback Carnifex a bit early on when he had 2 Carnifexes would have helped quite a lot. Because there was only really the Chaos Predator and the Dreadnought to damage it at that point. Could have tied up the Dreadnought and then sent the Venom Cannon in afterwards. What is it? Double Venom Cannons here. Predator tank getting the twin Glass Cannon for Riku. Nurland still with huge amounts of resources. Can't really buy what he wants because he has 81 pop. Could get some Plague Marines perhaps. I think that would be quite useful right now. Terminators capping mid. 1940. There is an orbital bombardment nuke from Dark Riku. Nicely placed on those orcs. That's going to be pretty painful when it blasts off. Wiping out those tank busters. Shooter boys just about getting away. Yes, just about. Wow, Nob Squad just about getting away also. 19-20. It's a 2-to-1 cap for blue team. Cloud of Flies from the Great Unclean one again. He's done really well in this game. Swarmlord is going to go down. Power Fist finishing him off from the Terminators. I think it's all over for red team. Floyd down to 2 units. Illethor down to 3. Blue team holding firm. A couple of scares after constant attacks by red team, but looks like they are going to hold on here with a 2-to-1 cap Or are they? What is this? Hive Tyrant decapping under attack from the Librarian. Not too bothered about that. Has 1500 hit points, level 4 with bonded exoskeleton, and decaps it. It's a 1-to-1 now. And there is the imaginatively titled Invulnerability. Look at this though. Force Barrier wins the game? No way. 19-6. And something's decapping. It's the Chaos Lord. And there is a concede from red team at the end. Blue team take it. Look at the commanders at the end of the game. Level 8 Apothecary for Riku had the chainsaw the whole game. Armory Apothecarian and improved medical equipment had purification rights earlier. Level 9 Chaos Lord Bloodmaul, Armory Inferno Dominic Passage. Level 4 Hive Tyrant with those rending talons and that bonded exoskeleton. I'm not sure if he had extended carapace ever. And a Warboss who replaced his hammer with a power claw, replaced his spiky armor with heavy armor, and kept his angry bits. Level 5, very nearly level 6 though. Nicely played game from all players. That Land Raider, I think, was the big game changer. Came out just at the right time for blue team and kept them going for ages before it's finally taken down by the Swarm Lord. But there you have it. Thanks for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you next time.